Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time, or those that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. A mom raped her son's friend when he came to the house for a sleepover, and she has been jailed for 10 years. Soo-hyun Dillon, who is 46 years old, she initiated sex with her son's friend, who is just 11 years old. This a woman of 46 initiating sexual intercourse with a little boy of 11 years old. To make matters worse, her son's friend in her own home. This happened when one of the nights the boy came to the house to have a sleepover, since he is her son's friend. At night, when the boy was sleeping, she now went into his room. When she got into his room, she started molesting this little boy. And then she now forced him to sleep with her. This actually happened in Washington State, US. At first, the boy now told her, because he was so worried, he's a little boy. The little knowledge he has about an intercourse, he reminded her and said he was so concerned that he could also get her pregnant. But she responded, you can imagine what a little boy with that sense he has. He now had to remind her, knowing fully well he knew that it was a wrong thing she was doing, and he wanted to call her attention to it. But this woman, she was adamant. She was not even willing to listen or even take heed that this is wrong. Let her stop at that point. Her response to this boy was, she has already tied her womb, so she can't get pregnant, which means telling this boy it's okay for them to have it, that nothing bad is going to happen. So you can imagine what a mother of 46 years old would do to her own son's friend who came to the house. And funny enough, she was also the team mom. In their team, there's this lacrosse club, Emerald Ridge Lacrosse Club. This woman, the 46 years old mother, was also a team mom. And you could go to this extent to do this kind of an act. And it's so worse and terrible that it actually took place in her home and at hotels when the team played away between May 2014 and May 2015. So, however, she has actually been doing this, and the little boy even said that she had done that act on him when he was 10 years old. So you'll be imagining, probably, is she sick or something? Is something wrong with this woman? It's not even her first time. She started this when this little boy was just 10 years old. And he said that there was one time he was trying to narrate everything when he was asked questions. He said that there was one time that when they were on their ride home, she pulled over, that she stopped the car and told him that what they're actually doing, what she's doing to him, all the molestation, she's actually molesting him and forcing him to have that intercourse with her, that it should be a secret between both of them, and saying that she actually wanted their relationship to continue and become more serious. So guys, would you just be imagining what a mother of 46 years old is telling a little boy of 11 years old? And actually it started from when he was 10 years old. Come to think of it, since it occurred repeatedly, you'll be saying, is it that she prefers little boys or babies than her husband? Or is she having some mental illness? Okay, if we're to say she's having some mental illness, from all those years she's been doing that, wasn't it noticed, or didn't anybody come to make any form of report that look at what this particular woman is engaging herself with little boys? And as such, when this actually became very serious, this little boy was terrified, he was afraid, and he even tried to commit suicide. He started cutting himself. Some people, when they are hot or they are mad or they are upset about something, they inflict hurts on themselves, they inflict cuts, they start cutting themselves. You see them cutting their hands and all. That's another way of expressing the pain they are going through. That was what this woman had to put this little boy to go through, that kind of a depression, of a state of mind. A very little boy, he started cutting himself. That wasn't all. He even started skipping school. He was not able to attend school anymore because it started affecting him psychologically. You can imagine the kind of trauma a little boy will be going through for him to go to this extent. It disturbed him so much because he knew, even as a kid, he knew that what this man was doing with him was actually very wrong. Still at that point, his parents did not even know what was going on. So the mom opted that, okay, let her take the little boy to his father's place where his father resides, that's at Virginia. His mother had to take him there so that he could stay there for a while. But they noticed that this boy wasn't getting any better, so they had to take him for counseling, so as to know if he would speak up and explain to them what is going on with him. So it was during the counseling section that he spoke up and told the parents that Dillon, that's the 46-year-old woman, has been abusing him. Wow. That she has been abusing him since 2019. And when she now confessed this, the mom, they had to go and get Dillon, pick her up so as to confirm what their son had already confessed. But when she was picked up, she initially denied it. She denied not having any form of sexual act with the little boy. And then she started blaming him. You can imagine, she didn't have any illicit act with him. But she later started blaming the little boy, that the little boy was the one who initiated the sexual act that transpired between both of them. So you see what is going on right now. She wanted to play the kind of psychology over this little boy because she knows the little boy, it could be her words against his. But the little boy still stood on what he was actually saying and didn't want to turn back, despite her saying that he initiated it. But much later, I guess her conscience pricked her. And what she did was she now later said that, okay, yes, that she was actually having this sexual intercourse with the little boy. Come to think of it, if you're a mother, you hear this, a fellow mother like you doing this to your son, how would you even feel? No parent will take this lightly. It's even an abomination because, one, he's a baby, 11 years old, he is actually a baby, and secondly, he's your son's friend. And again, you are even the team mom of their own team. You are the mom in their own team. The team where you have son and the boy and other kids are in that particular group. And at first, she started saying that she was actually having problems when she admitted that she was sleeping with this boy. She now said, okay, the reason why she was sleeping with him was because she was having problems in her marriage with her husband. Things were not going on fine between her and her husband, and she needed some kind of comfort and attention, that she was seeking for love or someone to love her or just to show her that affection. That the only person that made her feel good was that little boy. What is she talking about? A little boy made her feel good. Little boy of 11 years, you're a mother of 46 years old. And she now said, well, she didn't have any romantic feelings for the boy. She only liked the attention that the boy was giving to her, and that was why she continued with him. This is someone who has taken advantage of kids who are 10 and 11 years old. So she didn't even start it that very day. She didn't even start it once, not twice. She's been doing it even to other kids. And however, because you come to imagine, these are little children. They can't start deciding on their own, taking such decisions on their own, that they want to go and sleep with someone else's mother, or they even thinking of the act alone. It's impossible for a little child to start having such kind of thoughts. And it's disturbing as parents, Parents will be worried, they'll be disturbed. Like, so if I send my kid out now to go to his friend's place to go and sleep over, you're keeping them in the care of parents. So how are you sure that this parent would actually watch over your kid, as you presume, or as you assume that would actually happen? He said these are parents, or even their coaches to these kids in their school or in their community, and then you end up having your son or your child being victimized by this same parents. It is very, very traumatizing. Even as parents, when you hear this or you see this, it's just nothing good at all. You'll be wondering the kind of pain or trauma your kid has been going through, or what she had put your kid through for so long. And you can imagine that this little boy kept it to himself. He didn't know how to start explaining this kind of an act. He knew it wasn't right, but how will he start saying that he was raped? It is very, very difficult for a little child to open his mouth and say this. But right now, however, she was sentenced to 10 years to life after pleading guilty to that first charge, and right now she's being charged with first and second degree child rapes. Look at what she's now putting herself through, the shame she has put her family through. However, they said that she would serve only 1 year behind bars, and with the rest of the sentence suspended, so she can go and treat herself. So right now there's a speculation that probably she's having some mental illness, she's not okay, and then she needs some medical attention. When she served the 1 year, they will now take her down for either rehab or somewhere where she can receive a proper treatment. And then they said she must also register as a sex offender. And you can imagine how bad this will destroy her image and her record, because once you do anything, especially in the US, once you've committed any crime and offense, it goes into your record, and which is a bad thing. A sex offender, it's nothing to reckon with at all. Any bad record that comes to your name, it can affect you in so many ways. So anyone who is into this kind of an act, this is an illicit act. This is an abomination on its own, as far as we are concerned, because he's a child, he's a kid. Honestly, the truth about issues like this is, if you have issues in your marriage, things are not working out well between you and your partner, seek for help. Don't take decisions on your own. Don't try to change things on your own. Seek for help. If you can't iron it out or resolve it between you and your partner, then you either go to your church elders, or you go to a therapist, or you seek counseling. Go to counseling so that you can help your marriage back again, rather than having to get involved into an illicit act like this. This is a little boy of just 11 years old, and she started this since 10 years old. How traumatizing it is for this boy. So please, if you're into an act like this, disease from it is very bad. It's horrible. Once you're being caught, you're going to be jailed. You're going to serve most of your life behind bars. You would lose a lot of things, your family, every other person, and everything around you. And that is not a good experience at all. So please seek for help. If your marriage is crashing, seek for help. If you're into a domestic violent marriage, seek for help. If you're into a marriage where your spouse don't give you any attention anymore, Please don't go to anybody to comfort you, meet another man to sleep with, another woman to sleep with. No. Go to the appropriate source. There are organizations you could make your complaints to, churches you could go to, counseling therapists. Please do that. Seek for help on time before it gets too late or before it gets out of hand, please. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please, for those that have not subscribed, click the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. God bless you all.